What's up, Shade Tree? You are first. Well, I reckon now that I'm live, I need to turn the music off. Hello, Daryl. Some disappointing news from me today, Daryl. I didn't know what to say. Shade Tree said, "What's up?" I just finished a little bit of work here on the computer. John Glad said, "Hi, hello, buddy. I'm sorry, I am a little early. How is you?" It turned out to be a rainy, cold afternoon here, and it's junk. Definitely not Mr. Rich wants to know where Dad is. Dad is down there watching the race with Chester. Daniel said, "Happy Sunday. Hello, everybody." Hello, Daniel. Happy Sunday. Sunday fun day. And it's almost over, sadly. Daryl said, "I'm still trying, but hey, I understand. I get it." Definitely not Mr. Rich said Pops is better. I don't doubt that in the slightest. You are absolutely correct. But you got me. And definitely not Mr. Rich said they're having a good day. I'm glad to hear that. Now, I was going to set up a poll and ask if y'all think I'm going to wire the trailer right the first time, but I already know the answer is going to be no. John Glad said it's raining cats and dogs just south of Chicago. Well, apparently it's calling for it. My wife called and informed me that the kids nowadays are like a soft-serve ice cream soft. Because they canceled school tomorrow because of the severe thunderstorms. I said, "You've got to be kidding me. I died 3 times on the way to school and they still made me go." Let's see here. It's just Derry. He said, "Hey, you look beautiful as always. Happy Sunday." Well, thank you. I got my holy belly button shirt today. But I feel beautiful. No, I don't. Shade Tree said, "Is Dad too good to hang out with poor folks?" LOL. Nah, he's hanging out with Chester. Chester's brother passed away this morning. Either his brother or his stepbrother, one of the two, but his brother passed away this morning. He comes up on Sundays and watches the NASCAR race, so he's down there watching with Chester. I think he needs the company today. Definitely not Mr. Rich said, "You the half-breed." Hey, look, if Dragon Ball Z's taught me anything, the half-breed's stronger. Let's see here. Chaz is back, baby, or Chaz is back, baby. Asked if I ever ate my own egg. I'm a man. I don't have eggs. Sounds like Chester's leaving. Yeah, Chester's either leaving or somebody turned around. Memory the Fisherman said, "Hi, everyone." Hello, Memory. Stumble King says, "Ha ha. Ha 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 ha." Definitely not Mr. Rich said, "In Alaska, I went to school in 4 foot of snow." Exactly. Shade Tree Racing said, "Man, I'm so sorry. Please extend my condolences. I will let him know." But trying to tell him Shade Tree Racing said they give their condolences is, he can't hear very well. But I will let him know if I get to talk to him before he leaves. But, no, I hate to hear that about it today. And he come up here about 3 o'clock, and he really enjoys the company we provide. Memory said, "Sorry to hear about that, Chester." I'll let him know, Memory. He's in surprisingly good spirits. Definitely not Mr. Rich is laughing. And then Gator, my friend, said, "What's up, bro?" Hey, Gator. How have you been, buddy? Is that a squirrel? Said, "Hi. What are we doing?" And a fish. I have fish memory. But listen, we do a live usually at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Every day. But we pushed them back to 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Because, daylight savings time, it is nicer outside. And we've been working on the trailer, really putting in that effort on getting ready for April. And just doing a lot of work. So 6 p.m. got pushed back to 7. But we come into this live for an hour or two every day. And the goal is to be happy. And we have proved time and time again that people all over the world can get along. Excuse me. Justin 2653 said, "I enjoy the company you provide." Well, thank you. Gator said, "What's wrong? What are the condolences for?" Gator, Chester's brother, passed away this morning. It's just there. He said, please pray for me. I'm still sick. I can't sleep at nighttime, and I cough a lot at nighttime. Can't wait for the sickness to go away. I got you in my prayers. I don't really know what to suggest. Daryl's going to get a shower. Just got home, and he'll be right back. All right, Daryl, sounds good. Be safe. Definitely not Mr. Rich that I still remember when my friend died. I was so sad. Then some girl told me that my mom is my only friend. Gotta love people. You gotta love people. Southern Girl 1088 said, sending love from Tennessee while accepting love from North Carolina. Definitely not Mr. Rich that I've never cried so much. I understand. Gator said, how's he holding up? Chester's holding up pretty good. Chester's had a lot of death in his family here lately. If I'm not mistaken on this, we'll ask Dad when he gets up here. I think his sister got diagnosed with cancer before I got out of the wheelchair. So, if that is the case, the man's going through a lot. His birthday was not so long ago, but I mean, he is in his mid to late 80s. So, I mean, kind of one of those. He's not a dumb man. He knows that everybody's getting older. Oh, let's see here. Bebo 976458 said, hello from Sherville I'll do you a free lift kit when you up here. Hey, I want to lower my 4WD. Gator said, yeah, 3 funerals this year myself. It takes the wind out one's sails. I can imagine. I have been very fortunate, knocking on wood, that in my 30 years I've not experienced a lot of like family members' deaths. Shade Tree said, prayers for all on need. That's right. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Definitely not Mr. Rich said, you're better. He said, I'm a half-breed. Yeah, that's where you were. As soon as he come in, he won't know where. And it was Chester's brother who passed.
That's right.
Okay, I was telling him about that because they said, are you too good to hang out with the poor folk? I said, no, I think Chester's enjoying the company. He's probably a little down right now considering his brother passed. But everybody was giving their condolences. Mm-hmm. Definitely not Mr. Rich said 9 funerals last year. I hate that for you. It's just there. He said, okay, I didn't mean to sound rude or insulting, but is it true that in North Carolina people cook and eat alligator? Look, there is no problem of asking. If you have a question, the only dumb question is the one you don't ask, or the dumb one. But if they do, I don't. I've never heard of it. I've heard Floridians do. Gator, y'all cook and eat gator down there, don't you? Gator said, tell him grab a flight. I get him smiling again. Let's get Chester on a plane. Gator will get him smiling and get on a jet boat.
I bet.
Or yeah. Chester wouldn't even have to wear earplugs or nothing because he'd just sit there. Huh?
He getting here?
Nope. Everyone said give him his condolences. Shade Tree Racing did. That's me trying to explain to Chester that a person on the internet said their condolences and their name on the internet is Shade Tree Racing. It's not going to happen. Like, I went up here and he's like, going to get on YouTube? I'm like, 86 years old and he actually knows what YouTube is now, thanks to us. Let's see here. Ryan said, hey, y'all, how is everyone this evening? We're good, Ryan. I hope you are. How's that new car? Gator said, alligator is a novelty. Yeah, it tastes like chicken and is okay, but I'll pick chicken over it. I understand that. Mr. Rich said, I understand sad things happen and no point complaining about the rest of your life. Life sucks for a lot of people.
I'll take the chicken too because they don't bite near as hard.
But no, the important thing in life is understanding that bad things happen. And you gotta move on as far as you can, as best you can.
And it's not really about the bad things, it's how you deal with them.
I was gonna ask about that when you got up here. But definitely not Mr. Oh, sorry, I already read that. Totally not off topic, said the 360 view in the video was fun. The video's in 360.
No!
Hold on, let me double check it. I thought that was the case. Daryl's grabbing a shower. He said he'll be back in just a second.
Damn it.
I'll leave you to do a video.
Well, stop leaving me to do it then.
That explains the one like. I'm going to have to fix that. Hold on, everybody. Let me get to it. We will re-upload that one for tomorrow.
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, the underscore one's fine. Okay. Sorry about that. We will fix that. Bebo said, where mama at? Not here. Ryan said, the new car came with a dead battery, LOL. It fits in so good. Hey. If it fits, it ships. Shade Tree Racing said, hey man, you guys are YouTube famous. Come on. No. We are just regular, everyday, normal efforts, buddy.
Hey, but if you like it, thank you.
The fourth Reesh said they're gay. Good for you. I mean, you look like a prostate muncher anyway. Gator said life changes when you get a hard look at the finish line. We all have that day. We give thanks to, for God's promise is all we can hope for. That's exactly right. And one day you're going to wake up and it's going to dawn on you that you're closer to the finish line than you are the start line. And that's never an easy pill to swallow. Off topic said, did y'all not mean to do that? No.
No.
Since we use the Insta360 cameras, hence 360, the Adobe Premiere Pro program, unless you change it, defaults to 360 view.
But something has to happen. The computer has to go off or something.
You closed Premiere Pro where I did.
And then when it reopens back up, it goes to, and I don't think about checking it. It's my fault. I'm sorry.
Off topic said, don't do it. I liked it. No, we're not going to delete it. We'll leave it up.
We just go to it. We'll put another one up for the people that don't, because a lot of people do not like that.
Let's see. Bebo asked if we've ever been to Charlotte. We're about 1 hour north of Charlotte. I don't like Charlotte, but I'll go to Charlotte for a car. Baron said hello from Ohio. Hello again, Baron. Ryan said, I swear, the worst part of having so many running cars is keeping them running cars.
Yes.
And damn it, I swear batteries have something against me. That or electrical gremlins. That's totally my problem, too.
Speaking, I might be sending you to Charlotte one day this week.
For what?
Pick up that copy. I mean that original bill of sale.
You know, I ain't even gonna say nothing because you already know my opinions on that. Bebo said Adobe software company stock price crashed. Really? I did not know that. Shade Tree said, how is the 360? Is it good quality? I love the camera. Listen, we goofed up a few times and we've dropped it. And these cameras on both sides have gotten scratches, and our other one has a scratch. And then, what was it? Friday evening, a guy I work with, we were putting tires on for him, and he knocked the camera over and it cracked this one here. This is just the X2. I think they're up to the X5 now.
I like it.
The lens itself is not cracked. It is a wonderful quality. I love my GoPro Hero 8.
Now, see, I can't get used to the Hero.
I love the
GoPro.
The only problem I have with the GoPro is if I record, it only records in like 15-minute segments. This one records in 28-minute segments, and it doesn't change the name of the recording. I like.
Now, we got one back here.
It's really high quality recording.
We got that one. It does good, but we don't have another battery, and the battery don't last long.
Well, we can always plug it up, but then we can't run our jigsaw.
And also, it's better quality, but it takes longer to upload.
Because it is substantially better quality.
And our internet sucks.
Yep. But, long story short, yes, I think the 360 is a good quality camera. I don't have $600 to buy another one.
We will get another one.
We will get a X5 or something like that. Got the bigger screen on it, better quality all around.
I can't see.
Pork Chop said, hey everyone. Hello, Pork Chop. Off topic said, it's fun to interact with you. Can you make Pop's face look like Shrek with the right angle? It distorts everything. Ron said, I'm going to have to get a picture of the spaghetti of battery maintainers I've got running right now. I'd hate to have your power bill. It's just Darius said, can you please tell your sweet pups that I say hello?
He's asleep. Don't mess with him.
It's just Darius said hello. Hello.
See, you go mucking with him.
Maria said 2 dead bodies. Seriously? Don't worry about it. Do not worry about it. Listen, if it makes you feel better, those are the small ones. The big ones in the trailer. Pork Chop said, oh man, the last time any of my phone screens weren't cracked, the phone was tied to the wall. I have done good on not cracking screens. And that wasn't even my fault. That was my buddy's fault. Ryan said they're all little 2A things. Oh, I guess 2 amp. I thought we were talking about Second Amendment. I was like, yeah. Bebo said they cut the fee for renouncing U.S. citizenship. I hope some people that talk smack take advantage of that. If you don't like it, leave. I hope they do too. Jane said, hey all, hi Pops, hi R3, and hi Ryan.
Hello.
Hello, Jane. Ryan said, hey Jane. And Jesse asked if we're married. No, that is my dad. Maria said, I didn't get an apology yet. I haven't forgotten. It ain't my fault you don't know the words you're using.
We are married, but not to each other.
Memory said at 20 miles wind right now in Cuba, Missouri. They canceled Addie's school tomorrow. Guilford County Schools has canceled.
That's what your mama said. She said something about the camper. Said it must be going to be bad because they're canceling schools.
All I can say, you might want to put your big boy pants on tomorrow because you might want to run in front of the 2 tree-prone people.
It's not my railroad. I do what I'm told.
Ryan said, yes sir, 2 amps. Literally little maintainers. Hey, I tried to start the lawnmower yesterday. Guess what didn't start? So I got it on charge, but it is a smart charger, so it will cut off and on. Maria said only the dog is unarmed. It's bold of you to assume that the dog is unarmed. He's packing heat too. Off topics, dude. I think there was a hacker on my AA meeting last night on Zoom, and now I'm scared to use everything AA app. He was sketchy. Sticky note over the camera. Ozzy said, Pops, I need that trailer, man. You said you would come help me and you ain't showed up. Are you pulling my leg?
I was there.
Maria said, I'm still learning English. That's why I come here. You're the teacher. You're a bad teacher.
You didn't tell me you didn't know that.
That was a good movie.
I thought you knew you were on parts.
Gucci. Game Fusion said, hey, yo, brother, you remember Box and want to talk with your father about business? Bye. Okay, thank you. I can't afford to buy business. Kevin said, brother, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're sorry.
What he's been sorry for so much lately.
It's just there. He said, hello and hi. How are you, Jane? Happy Sunday. True Floridian said, what's good, folks? We're getting some of your hurricane weather. How are you? Let's see here. Jane said, hi, Ozzy. Kevin said, brother, your dad's biceps are huge. Kevin, we're going to have to work on your optometry. Ryan said, you guys should have seen it today. My buddies Tristan and Jacob came over, bought a second mower, and they ran the tractor. Yard's looking slightly more organized as well, LOL. Well, I'm glad to hear that, Ryan. Did you show him your furry suit? Jane said, hi, Derry. Off topic said, yeah, VPN and a sticky note for sure. Yep. Memory said, do you get tornadoes in your area? We get them every once in a while. They're not super common around here. But yes, we do get tornadoes. Off topic said, have y'all heard of Proton VPN? I have not. I have NordVPN here. Yeah, I run NordVPN.
I think it sucks. I believe it's messed my phone up.
It might. Sometimes you got to disconnect and reconnect it. Let's hope you will bring me a Dr. Pepper. Bebo said, how much square foot do you have to mow? Oh, I think he's got acreage, not just square foot. I got half an acre.
Well, we got 8.5 acres.
At your house.
I think we mow about 6 of them. No, about 5 of them.
Maria said, and you didn't tell me what's the meaning. Between the lesbian saying she likes coochie too, and us talking about coochie, I think you could have got the hint.
You did, and you searched it, but you waited after the live.
After you changed your name.
I'm sorry, if you got me laughing that damn much, you got to know something's up.
Jay said, hi, Floridian. Val Hemi, 265, said, howdy, guys. New Zealand Gen X, 1976, just finishing work.
I need you to find these places.
All right, we'll write down New Zealand.
Give me the glasses, please.
Alexander said, hey, bro, don't fart too much. No promises. Classic Car Revivals. Hello, David. Said, hola from Peru. Wow, David, in Peru. Maria said, you're driving me crazy. Am I driving you to drinking with my hot rod Lincoln? Ryan said, how many square foot is in an acre? Buddy, you lost me. It's just there. He said, your dad kind of looks like Bruce Willis. I can see that. Ryan said, no, LOL, I still haven't opened the bag. Aw. Jane said, hi, off topic. Robert said, hi, Randy Jr. This is Robert. My first game is 103 in bowling. That's awesome, Robert. Getting better and better every day. Off topic said, what's up, Jane? Game Fusion said, what's your favorite about you and your father in future? The future of the building, really. And the future of what we have planned of all the stuff here, and eventually I might try to build me a Cadillac. Off topic, say, ¿Qué pasa? Cripple Blue, or Crip Blue 973, thinks they cool with their Crip name, said that he's gay for two guys. Good for you, Crip. Maria said, what hint? Coochie. Ryan said, we probably cut 30 acres today. Whew! David said, hi, Jane. PS3 2008 said, are you guys who break the code and predict the end of the world? You know, the end of the world is whenever everybody doesn't get along. Ryan said, tractor put in work. It sounds like it. True Floridian said, howdy to all. Faith, use them. Either you're going to stop putting your flag or I'm going to mute you. Jane said, Ryan, no matter what, you aren't gay. Open the package.
Leave your socks on.
Let's see here. Maria said, shut up. You're trying to put all the fault on me.
What my damn fault?
I wasn't the one who damn talking about coochie.
I didn't change my name.
And wait, we said something about coochie hair. Bebo said, how many
that.
siblings do you have? I have 2 younger brothers, and I guess technically 2 sister-in-laws and a brother-in-law. His mom has a daughter. Isn't that what you used to say about Christy?
I didn't know what the hell you were trying to say.
Jane said, hi, David. Maria said, the poor stupid girl who is still learning. Oh, wait a second. You know what? Sorry that you didn't know what it meant. Ryan said, LO, that package can sit right where it's at. You better be glad I don't have Amanda's number. If I did, I swear to God, I'd be calling her. Put this on Ryan while he's asleep. Maria said, you're just evil and you're just now learning that. Jane's laughing. Maria said, and your laugh over everything? Absolutely. Alexander said, are you in USA or a different country? USA. Jack Russell said, how can that much gayness be in one room? It'd only be gayer if you were in here. Box fan said, sup gang gang, wanna bang bang? I got socks on, so sure. Banana Nugget said, are you Mossed's sleeper agent? Don't worry about it. Ronan said, hey, I got promoted at work today. Oh,
awesome.
That's awesome. Hazel said, hey, Pops, an ice cream man, and Doggo. Hello, Hazel. Sham Wow Kitten Blaster said, Trump having to beg for help against Iran make the U.S. look weak. I didn't realize we were begging for help. We did what most countries do in 10 years in a weekend. My gas prices reflect it. Floridian said, faith. That's enough. With the spam, thank you, Floridian. That's why we muted them. Ryan said, congrats, Ronan. Rand Kathleen said, I just got here and don't know what this argument is, but I'm on your side and I'll die on this hill. I like the saying, I'll kill on this hill.
But now there is no argument.
Maria said, that's not a very good apology. 3 out of 10. Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, at least you got one.
Hey, yep. Ryan said, I sleep too lightly for that. LOL. Well, shit. Drug him. Game Fusion said, when I watched the videos on this channel, I felt that you live a truly wonderful life. God bless you, Father, and your family. Amen. Thank you, Game Fusion. Listen, the videos are a very good reflection of our day-to-day life. Now, I will warn you that we have good days and we have bad days. There are times that I rip skin off my finger, turn the insides of my fingers into outsides, and I say a lot of really bad wordy dirts while that camera's on. And there are times we cuss at each other. But we do not put that on the internet, but we do not hide from that. We just don't because we try to keep it appropriate.
I mean, we do have our ups and downs, but overall, we do have a good life. We do have our health. We about had that took away from us, but we do have a good life.
There's always
I
next
cannot
time.
complain. And I really wish you'd quit. Now, I've asked you to stop. I don't like it.
Ryan said, damn dog farts in the other room and I'm awake. Maria said, I need tears with apology letter. Where you want me to send the letter?
Ain't happening.
Careful, last person who gave me their address now has a furry suit. Look up furry. Hazel said, how was the pancakes? I thought they were pretty good, Hazel.
I thought they were good.
I ate one even though it was cold. Rumple said hello, Pops and Randy Jr. Hello,
Rumple.
And just saying hello to Jane. Bebo said, now that we know college is wasting money, are you happy you avoided it? I've always been happy I avoided college. I wanted to go to college, but not for like some kind of underwater basket weaving stuff. I wanted to go, but the guidance counselor that was responsible for turning in my applications, even though I had some scholarships, said, oh, I knew y'all couldn't afford school, so I just didn't submit it.
I'm glad I didn't go. I'm not a school person.
I'm not either, but I did have an opportunity to go to Georgia for a heavy-duty diesel mechanic and basically have everything paid for like a apprenticeship. Daryl on More Mac said second tap, thank you. Rumple said who dat spamming? I don't know, but they gone now. Justin said who's the distinguished gentleman? Oh, hold on. In the orange, that is my father. Abby Gibbs said, is it warming up for you? It was, but it's supposed to be 20 degrees tomorrow night, and now it is raining, and the temperature's dropping quick, like my standards.
And then it will be right back up to the 80s by the end of the week.
Yep. Jane said, hi, Rumple. Hi, Hazel. Rumple said, hello to Mac. Hazel said, VR. Hi, Jane. Yeah, today's video is in VR. My bad.
Yeah, it's mine.
Yeah,
I should have checked it.
Daryl said, Rumple, Jane. Carlos said, I'm here, y'all. Sup, Pops and R3.
Hello, Carlo.
Rich 46129 said, hey, you guys.
Hello.
Manuel said, what's up, Randy? What's up, Manuel? Hadn't seen you in a minute. How you been? I didn't realize it until me and Tinker were talking today. We hadn't seen them since I was in a wheelchair. Since Halloween.
I ain't talking about it, but you're right.
Yep. Jane said, hey, Carlo. J.S. Son, still well, said peanut butter and bacon or peanut butter and honey. I'd have to go with peanut butter and bacon. I don't like bacon. I don't like honey. But I like bacon more than I like honey.
Yeah, don't think I'm going to put peanut butter on either one of them. I'll put my honey in my coffee and I'll eat bacon. And I'll eat peanut butter, but I'm not putting them together.
Ryan said R3 is just a freak. Freakalicious. Freakalicious. Jane said, hi, Manuel. Hazel said, funniest channel ever. Thank you. Carlos said, hello, Jane. Daryl said, Ryan. Off topic said, gotta go. Love the 360 video. Thought, bye. Happy Sunday. See you off topic. Have a great Sunday. Rumple said, what are these good days things you were talking about? That's alien to me. No kidding. Every time I have a good day, life knocks me back down. Ryan said, man still has rod inside him. Listen, that fucking doctor put me to sleep, and I woke up and he shoved a rod in me sideways. Bullshit. Maria said, I'm not that crazy to send you where I live. Then you ain't getting a hand-wrote apology letter with tears. Ryan said, hey, Daryl. Jane said, take care, off topic. Carlos said, oh, hold on. Carlos said, sup, Ryan. Rumple said, big boys, hello. Ryan said, hey, Carlo. Carlos said, sup, Rumple. Hazel said, good thing I am out of college. There you go. Shade Tree said, underwater basket weaving. Hey, that's what people used to tell me. I don't care. I broke the pen again.
God dang. The only pen you haven't fucked up, and you broke that one too.
Yeah. Your point is?
Son of a bitch.
I fixed it.
Give me the damn thing.
Rich said, how was everyone? I was good till I broke the pen. Rumpel said, guidance counselor said you can't afford school. What kind of counselor is that? Not remember, let me just shed some light into this scenario. I went to school, and my graduating class of 212, a handful of them were teachers' kids and principals' kids and faculty's kids, so they didn't want their kids being outshined by anybody. So I had scholarships for various different things, and they were like, yep, nope, bye. You're not worthy enough because you're not popular enough, rich enough. And her words to me, after two meetings with my principal wondering why I've not applied for colleges, were, well, I didn't think you could afford college anyway, so I just didn't submit them. I said, okay, well, fuck you, I give up. Starboy Knight sent some candles and a bunch of, I don't know what those are. Daryl said, it's supposed to be 0 here tomorrow. Keep it, please. Alexander said, hey, did you really poop yourself the other day from the live a day ago? I did not poop. I did fart. It was pretty aggressive, but I did not poo myself. Hazel's laughing at Rumpel. Bebo said some of the neighborhood in Charlotte are too uppity for me. If I got to worry about getting robbed. Listen, we're in the middle of BF in Denton, North Carolina, which, like I said, is an hour north of y'all up Highway 49. Ain't no bougie. Well, I would say there ain't no bougie around here, but the cheapest house around here is about $500,000 anymore. Rumpel said that way I can be a shrink. I'll just tell them all to walk it off. Hey, there you go, Rumpel. VR6 said 30 for us. Yeah, still F that. Bugsy said cute couple. Well, thanks, even though he is my padre. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, Hazel said, but I am a storm chaser, and we stopped to get food. I approve of that message. And Hazel said, Rich, good for you. Ryan said it was supposed to rain all day, but the swamp has awoken. It only accepts water when it wants it. Hey, there you go. Hazel said, ice cream man don't like bacon. It's not my favorite thing. I like sausage more than bacon. I'll eat it if that's all I got. Jack Russell said 90% of women don't like men in pink shirts. Ironically, 90% of men in pink shirts don't like women. Rich said, doing okay, thanks, I'm glad. Gabriel Ryan said, have y'all done something nice for yourself today? I cooked breakfast. Ryan said, R3 needs a fidget spinner. I'd piss him off with the fidget spinner. Manuel said, Jane, how are you? Maria said, Randy, look at the camera and smile. I need a good shot. Shade Tree said, broke a pen. Dang, can't have anything nice. Yeah. Jane said, real men eat pink. Wear pink. Coochie. Rumpel said, I fashioned a dad joke today. What do you call it when you see an ambulance twice? Deja wee-woo. Yeah. Hazel said, stop messing up something, ice cream man. I'm trying. Listen, Daryl said, guess I'll never be a real man then. I like pink. Jane said, Manuel, I'm doing well. How are you? Go for duck. No, I don't agree. Okay, that's okay. You don't have to agree. Listen, we don't make anybody agree with us. Ryan said, I'm wearing jogging pants and a Pokemon shirt. I'm a man?
I don't know. Do you have socks on?
That just makes him not gay. Yeah, you a man. Pokemon's cool. Manuel said, good, Jane. Go for duck. Said, sorry, that's just how I feel, and you're entitled to your opinion.
You got your right.
Maria said, afford college? You pay for college? Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. It charges the shit out of us.
There are colleges that it costs $250,000 and climbing per year or per semester. Jane said, are Pokemon shirts pink? No. Alexander said, is there still a rod in your butt? Yep. That rod will never leave. Except whenever I die and my wife decides to cremate me, then they can make a shifter handle out of it. That would be cool as shit.
I'd be damned.
If I have a premature death, I need you to make the rod. I need you to make the rod into a shifter.
Yeah, shut up.
You wouldn't make the rod into a shifter?
Read.
You wouldn't do that for me? It's my last wish. He wouldn't do that for me, I swear to God. Huh. Rusty said, I wonder what kind of men you run into, Jane. The ones with the crop top pink shirts and chubbies. Rich said, hi, Jane. More Mac. Daryl said, Rusty. Rusty said, hey, Mac. Maria said, she's into women now. She doesn't like men. Who's that? Daryl said, 55 minutes tonight. All right, Daryl. Rusty said, hola, Randy and Randy. Hello, Rusty.
Hello, Rusty.
Rumple said, yeah, you wouldn't catch me any sort of pink, Jane. Hell, I might have to wear pink on the live here soon. And have my unicorn hat on. Shade Tree said, high of 75 degrees here today. Wow. It was what? 50s today? Daryl said, me either, Rumple. Hazel's laughing at Jack. Jane said, Hazel, you just don't be busy right now. Rusty said, we are supposed to be high of 80s by Thursday. It was single digits this morning and we have a lot of snow. Wow. Grandma Vic said, hi, Randy's. Hey, Grandma. Rusty said, hi, Hugh. I'm DZ. Said, what's your, God dang. What is the war between men and women? If women didn't eat that apple, there'd be no war between men and women. Rumple said, most of my clothes tend to be black. Really compliments my soul and my sense of humor. Jane said, hey, Rusty. Daryl said, Grandma. Rusty said, hi, Grandma. Cracker Barrel Kid said, RSO. I don't know what RSO is. VR6 Prodigy. Ryan said, hey, Grandma. Zypher said, Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. I'm more of a Pokemon man, but I had my Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game back in the day. Ryan said Pokemon. Hassafel said, hi, have you ever rode in a helicopter? Yep, cost me $18,000 in a $9,000 helicopter. It was $9,000 for the ambulance to go from here to the farm park. And $18,000 to go from the helicopter from here to Winston. You know, how much sense does that make to me? Well, that's what Madison told me. I just remember the bill being $27,000. Rumple said, Grandma, hello. Hazel said, Pops, did you fix Ice Cream Man's pen?
No, he fixed it. It's my pen.
And
he keeps breaking the damn things.
Memory said, I watched a movie and I didn't like it that much. Pulp Fiction.
I've seen
Best part, I've never seen it. Hazel said, Grandma here. Soph Vibes said, my mommy said I have to go to bed at 6 p.m. Well, you must be in the west of us.
You need to do what Mommy says.
Grandma said, sorry we didn't make it there, but I got dizzy yesterday morning, fell on my back, and hurt my back pretty bad. That's okay. Hope your back gets better, Grandma. Cracker Barrel Kid said, are you both RSO? What's that, Randolph County Sheriff's Office? Hazel said, Jane, yes, I am. Rusty said, I have been wrong a couple of times and found out later I wasn't. Bebo asked how I met my wife, Bumble. Let's see here. Hazel said, hi, Jane. Rusty said, Grandma, I hope you're doing okay. Shade Tree said, change topic. What's your favorite ice cream? If it's like Breyers, like a pint, I like strawberry. I do like cookie dough. I think his is chocolate.
Triple chocolate.
Flying Circus Act asked if we are dating. No, we are father and son. Grandma said, hi, everyone. Just about to wrap up my live now. Rumple said, fight, fight, fight. Yeah, if I break another pin, I might. But hey, if I keep on, I might break this Ford key. Ryan said, Bluebell Butter Churn. Grandma said, see you guys soon. All right, Grandma, see you. That one exploring dude said, hi. Rumple said, Grandma, laters. Bald Head 5024 said, how long have you been dressing in drag? How have you been how have your transitioning going? I mean, it's going great. I mean, last time I pulled my pants down to take a piss, I was still a guy, and I'll always be a man. Daryl said, also new member video is up. All right, Daryl. Alexander said, anything you touch, you always break. It don't touch the dog or anything, person, or else you might break the love.
They can hear that clicking, and that aggravates the hell out of people just listening in the middle of the night.
Yeah, Alexander, I'm not allowed to touch stuff. Hazel said, oh, dear God. Ryan said, I need a set of tires or 7 LOL. I know a man. He's 5 hours away. Parker said, what's up, Pops and Turd?
Hello, Parker.
Hey, Parker, what'd I do? Why am I a turd? He's the one with the cat eyes, his picture. Rusty said, women are usually right. My wife is looking over my shoulder. Blink twice if you're in danger. The Swiss Vapor said, howdy. Well, howdy. Rumpel said, 18K. Holy Lord. What's 18K? Olivia said, hey. Hello.
Hello, Olivia.
Maria said, go see what's on the community page. Aye, aye, Captain. Maria put a post. 12 reasons why you should cancel Randy.
Oh, shit.
1, he's a man. He likes orange. He's bald. He has a sassy son. He has so many cars for no reason. He's a serial killer. He eats human meat.
Damn.
He have horrible memory. He hates people who have hair. He doesn't like Chinese food. No, I never said that.
I did. Stop me.
He eats too much sugar. He's bald. Damn. I'm not even going to like that.
I will.
Ryan said, hey, Olivia. Rusty said, Randy, it's only a pen. Thank you. I just break every one I get a hold of.
I can't keep them. Every time I get one I like to write with, he breaks it. And it's got to have that thing on it to hold to my shirt.
That's not what I broke. I broke the whole pen in half. Lotus said, hello. What? Hello, Mike. Daryl said, ghosty. Ryan said, hey, Lotus. Joyce Ballard said, this, Randy? Yeah, you got me. I'm sorry. Parker said, you're a little behind, Randy. Yeah, last time I checked, I was still taking that no acetol medicine. Let me get called up. Rumpel said hello. Let's see. Let's chill this. Let's skip all these people saying hello to each other. Ryan said LOL, click, click, click. Click, 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 click. Hazel said, okay, I'm about to get back on the road. All right, Hazel, thanks for coming in.
See ya.
Olivia said, Lotus, the 8-ball shifter is intact. Cool. Daryl said, Parker. Zavision said, hi, hello. Ryan said, no, really. For sure, I need 2 sets of tires for wheels, LOL. I'll send you pictures. All right, we'll make it happen. Olivia said, magically. Nightman SSMS said, hey guys, sub, 4 sub. Sure, if your subscriptions are public and you subscribe, we check it at a minimum of once a day, and if your subscriptions are public and it shows up on ours, we subscribe back. Ryan said, I got new wheels that I used to own back. Cool. I forgot it. Yeah, you might need some tires and a battery. Olivia said, well, it's bent, but it can be fixed. Hey, Olivia, I have something you can make a shifter out of. Not allowed to talk about it. Carlos and Papa Renzo says, hello, Monday again, another Monday. Hello, Papa Renzo. I got a couple hours till Monday, but y'all are 12 hours ahead of us. Hellboy said, my wife said she wanted me to take her somewhere. She's never been before. I told her to go to the kitchen. No M 859 said Dragon Ball Z. Yep, I like that show. Hazel's laughing. And then Rodo something said Trump's gay. Okay. I mean, maybe he's wearing socks. Hazel said, who said that? Who the f said that? Maria said, you deserve it. Hazel, if you're talking about the community post, that is that Maria 95I person. Alexander said, Randy, do you hate your son because he has hair?
I don't hate, no, not, there are very few people I hate.
Olivia said, hey, Mac. Lotus said, that's cold, Maria. Maria said, I warned you before. Lotus said, well, that's one thing, Olivia. Olivia said, Randy, I'll explain what's going on in a second. We need a new transmission and covers and a carburetor. Okay. Sanzu said, can I borrow $20? I'm 30, living in my mom's basement and isn't allowed an allowance.
Give us 50 and I'll send you 30.
Well, you're 30 years old living in your mama's basement with access to the internet. There's nothing to stop you from getting a job. Lotus said, can you send pictures, Olivia? Jane said, Hellboy and Nickel must be in the same house. Ooh. Hellboy said, take my wife, please. I take my wife everywhere, but she finds her way home. My father-in-law told me, whenever I asked to marry Madison, he said, look, if you ever decide that you don't want her or she's too expensive for you, bring her back. I have brought her ass back time and time again, and he says, yeah, you didn't read that fine print. We don't accept it back. He said, there is a restocking fee. I said, I'll pay you for what it cost me to marry her, and it was $50. Hell, I'll pay you $500. He said, nah. I said, I guess it's okay because I like her. Olivia said, I don't have nor want to take pictures of this train wreck. Grandma said, hi, Jane. Rusty said, lol, Hellboy. Grandma said, hi, Lotus, Olivia, and Rumple. Olivia said, Randy, someone hit a few of our cars in an accident. Oh, shite. I hate to hear that. Ryan said, Hellboy, you got to move after you drop her off and change the locks and move out of them house. Olivia said, hi, Grandma. Grandma said, hi, Rusty. Lotus said, hi again, Grandma. Rusty said, hi, Grandma. And Carlos said, hello, Grandma. Look at that. I'm caught up. Do you want to read the last 20 minutes?
I can.
I'm asking if you want to. Alexander said, Randy, would you mind I drive to your house to add a air vent so your son won't make your room gassy? There's a lot of holes in this room. Carlos said, sup again, Lotus. You know, they must have shrunk the size of my peppers because they ain't lasting worth the shit. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Carlos said, what's up? Again, Lotus. Olivia said, completely took out the CUDA and damaged the Eclipse pretty good. Oh, I hate that. Hazel said, don't get go sleepy. Jane said, hell no, need to meet Nickel. Maybe Nickel can tell him where Nickel's wife learned to find a cook in the kitchen. Olivia says, again, I mind you. Scum says, two guys and one Stanley. Oh, man. Lotus says, Lowell, put the fart fan in the office. Maria says, so many things on the desk. Scum says, what's up, union guys? Hello. Lotus said, what's up, Carlo? No, he didn't. He said, hello, Carlo. Hello, Carlo. Alexander says, where your son go? I think he told me, but I don't know. Fish memory. Lotus said, hello, Carlo. Parker says, Pops, get the bottle because Randy talking crap about my cat eye. I can't. I had to use it for some cleaning solution, but I will buy another one. I'll next time I'm up there, I'm going to get a couple of them. I was going to switch it back, just squirt it a lot, but I'd hate for some of that cleaning solution to get in his eyes, but I will get another bottle. Olivia said the guy is in the hospital currently. Lotus says, hello, Carlo. Olivia says, Biggie said they're doing x-rays. Okay. Lotus said, did Carlos see the TL East healer? I have no idea. Alexander says, I'm at your warehouse. All right, come on in. Parker said, yes, the best pops. Yeah. Hello, Parker. Carlos says, yeah, sure did, Lotus. What? Red said, so Randy, what are you afraid of the most? If you're asking me, probably losing one of my kids. Parker says, he'd be fine. He is bleeding from the ears. It will buff. Bebo says they are building more houses in Davidson County for rich folks moving in from New York.
They're building a lot of them in Randolph County, too.
Yeah. I think right there at our house, there's 350 townhomes going in, apartments or whatever you want to call them, and then I think there's likely another 150 houses going in.
Ryan wants to know if we have insurance. Insurance on, oh, you're talking about Olivia.
Alexander says, how I'm at the other side of the earth. Olivia says, I'm just got to waddle off. There is too much stress right now. All right, Olivia, see you. Good luck. Hope you feel better.
And
Mary
she
said, you're
waddled
not
away.
afraid of spiders? Not at all.
Nope.
Olivia says, now I'm afraid of needles, but you said, what am I most afraid of?
You're afraid
Olivia
of
says, I
needles?
don't know, Ryan. Yes, I can. If I ever die of overdose from a needle, I was killed. Because I promise you ain't got to worry about me sticking no damn needle in
Needles ain't even
myself.
scary.
Parker says, turds float.
No, I don't.
Ryan said, well, I'm sorry for the loss. Just breathe. Lotus says, it was one of Boggy's friends. Olivia said, but like I said, Boggy's forcing shit on the guy. He refuses to. Ryan said, that's what insurance is for, though. Why I pay for it? Question mark. Maria said, R3, how did you react when your dad first shaved his head? I am not believing you give that dog something and let him sit in here and
I
aggravate
didn't
the
give
hell out
him
of
shit.
me.
It's the bone you bought. I don't remember when he shaved his head. That was before Justin was born. And hell, Maria, that was 20 years ago.
Olivia said, because insurance is going to pay for it all, it was bad. Ryan says, I told my insurance to pay up. That's what I pay them for. If they drop me, no big deal. The general always exists.
Rita said, you're afraid of needles? Okay, little kid.
Yes, I am. I do not like. There's something about it that just makes me damn shiver. I can't stand the damn needle.
Y'all remind me next time he squirts me with that water, I'm going to get a needle.
And I'll probably bust you in the face. Now,
I'll probably stab you with a needle.
That'd be fine. And one of us are drowned. Ryan said my insurance tried resisting an accident once. I said, no, I'll pay them. I messed up. Cover me. Ryan said, I'm also afraid of needles. Lotus says, I don't like needles either. They suck. Yeah.
They're also a little prick.
Ryan says, I fucking hate going to the doctor. Yeah,
I
me
bet
too.
you do.
Lotus said, just cut me. That's the way I feel.
Deal.
20 people, 39 thumbs up.
Just drown me.
40 thumbs up. Somebody hit it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen,
Can I get your best ooh-woo impression?
here's what I want you to do. Besides, stop that shit. There is Louisiana,
Uh-huh.
whatever that is, and Oklahoma. There's
North
three.
Oklahoma. There's not.
And-
There's such thing as North Oklahoma. There's only one Oklahoma.
There's whatever that word is. Nowata, Oklahoma. And I can't, one of them said they wanted a red pen, so put red pens in all three of them. That way I can say I did what they said.
You ain't done shit.
I know I told them I'd get you to do it. That's what I've done.
Louisiana. Red pen. Got it.
Alright, Maria said, I thought when I make it here, I can give you some hair by putting needles in your head. That
No.
No, I don't want hair. I can grow hair. I don't want hair.
I totally didn't just dump out.
Ryan said, I'm stuck going though. Olivia says, to pay for what though, Ryan? There's nothing to fix on the CUDA, and Boggy apparently had the stuff to fix the Eclipse again. It doesn't matter if somebody hit it, somebody else has to pay. There's no sense of somebody else having to fix the stuff. If they hit it, they can pay for it. Maria says, we learned that today. We learned that today.
Cool.
Ryan says, money, Olivia, they still pay for loss. Might not bring anything back, but it's better than completely losing everything. Lotus said, even if the car can't be fixed, insurance may give Boggy the value. Ryan said, like what's the contents of the accident? Were y'all goofing off at a show or parking lot? Question mark. Parker said, Jesus saves me. Saves. Bye, guys. See you, Parker. Thank you. Flying Circus says, you two are cute together. Well, good. It's awesome for father and son to be together. I think it's cute as hell. I don't like to use the word cute, but if that's what you like, thank you. Alexander says, you got mad at your son. We get mad at each other all the time. He seems to do stupid shit all the time.
I would never. Where's Oakley? You missed, you bitch!
Ryan says, I'm not trying to pry or anything. You don't have to answer. I'm just pretty experienced in this stuff. Carlos says, I have needle injections every 2 weeks. Better you than me. Maria says, if you're afraid of needles, how do you take COVID vaccine? I ain't taking no damn COVID vaccine.
Now, hold on just a second, Maria. You think that we going to take that willingly?
Now, I'm not, that's bullshit. That tried to kill people? No.
Hey, they said that it was free to help save lives. Hey, Ryan, how much does cancer treatment cost?
Yeah, they paid for your shit. They ain't trying to help nobody. They're trying to kill off people. A bunch of damn crooks.
I mean, I volunteer.
Ryan said, Carlo, I got to get blood drawn and IV every 3 weeks. I dread going to the doctor. Flying Circus says, ew. Totally not off topic. Says, it's a hat. Madison says, answer my text, Randall, please. Ryan said, then there's scams where they put contracts in me. Ooh. Scans. I said, I'm sorry. Olivia says, the giddy WQS making his way to us and something in his car started to break as he tried to rush to it. Then it broke and it was too late. Alexander said, there it goes again. He gave you hair as ice cream stick.
KERALA is in India.
Lotus said, hate shots. Just tell the nurse to get it over with. Yeah, I look away. I don't watch them. Ryan said, yeah, if he was driving on his way, that means he got insurance and his mistake should be covered. That's the whole part. Ray said, Lord, my parents didn't take it either, so I didn't take it. Jane said, hey, Madison. Hey, Maddie, did you see what I sent you? Bebo said, did the North Carolina state income tax decrease this year? I haven't done our taxes yet. And as far as I have no idea about what the shit is about the taxes. Ryan said $32,000 per key turd. The most recent two more were take a damn bone.
Okay, I'm about to go take me a day.
And not sure what the next one's cost is yet. The insurance does cover it very fair a portion. Insurance covered. Did the government cover it? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the government said that life-saving medicine is supposed to be free.
Yeah.
Last time I checked, cancer treatments and surgeries were life-saving.
If you could live with what you had done, you probably wouldn't have had it done. Let's see. Olivia said Boggy isn't going to make that guy pay for anything. Ryan said the guy's insurance will pay. Alexander said, would you mind smack your son's butt to make sure the rod is gone? The rod will always be there, Alexander. Rhea says, I have a holiday tomorrow. Awesome. Ryan said the guy himself doesn't have to pay anyone anything except the insurance and extra $20 a month. Sounds like a deal to me. Ryan said there's a lot of loss. Daryl says I had to file extension again. I missed my deadline. Maria says I only went to college one day and I have holiday until next Monday. Cool. Ryan said no, the government has not paid that I'm aware of. That's what I'm trying to say. Just like the COVID vaccine, the government give it all out free to say that it was life to save people's life, and they're not worried about that. It was a scam. Bebo said, sounds like y'all low key want socialist health care. I don't think we said anything about that. Ron said, no, Bebo, I pay for insurance and I pay the bills that come after. No socialists here. That's right. Maria, where's the Randy files anyway? Said Maria. Alexander said, it is almost time to end the live. I will give you a wig as a birthday gift. Well, I don't, you probably won't see me wear it out and about, but if you get me a wig, make sure it's one of them long ones or something cool. I can be somebody else for a day. Hazel said, hey, Pops, I will post a picture of Rated R on the community page. All right. PBD says Trump's been a major disappointment. That depends. Opinions are like assholes. I think the man said what he does what he says, and end the story, whether you like it or not. Rusty said, remember when Khan said folks would die and then they move the goalpost to the next outage? Yep. Rich said, I need to see them. I bet you do. Rusty said, outages? Rich says, give him red wig. We've got 21 people, 42 thumbs up. Alexander, bye-bye. See you next day, Tato. Ron says, all I can really say is I don't recommend cancer. If your dealer asks, tell him you'll take the next cocaine. Helium says, I'm not reading all that. J.S. Son said, and who would be for a day John Wayne? I don't know who. If I was to be somebody else, I don't know who I would be. That's kind of why I like going to bike rallies, because you can, wear your bandana, your glasses, and your leather. You don't have to be your particular self. I'm not really trying to be anybody else. It's just you let your guard down and do things you normally wouldn't do. Don't be so uptight, I guess, is what I'm talking about. Rhea said cancer is bad. Who would you be? Marlboro Red, says Bebo. Like I said, I wouldn't really be anybody. I don't want to be anybody. I don't want anybody else's life. I just, I think I got a good life. Don't get me wrong. I do. It pisses me off that some things don't go as I wanted them to, or don't get me wrong. Like for instance, I'd love to hit the lottery so I'd have money to do what I want to do, and instead of having to fight for every damn dime that we make and get, it would be nice for things to come a little easier for us sometimes. That'd be cool. But I don't want to be anybody else. Maria says, be Maria. Hazel said, oh my God, Ice Cream Man back. Buggy says, his insurance can't cover my car and it doesn't matter what you should be doing is try. Ron said, I'd be the guy who fell off the Titanic and bounced off the rail if I could. That'd be the fastest. Ron, I'm going to tell you something, Ron. When we watched Titanic years ago, Randy watched that one section over and over and over where the thing stood up, the man fell off and he hit the damn propeller and it was like you heard his head go dong. Randy loved that scene. He watched that thing over and over and over again. Hazel said, don't cover the dog. Maria said, have a long black and blue nails. Have a long black hair and blue nails. I don't know about nails, but that'd be fine. Boggy said, pray that he is all right. Jane said, Hazel, where are you? Tornadoes in Illinois. Ron said, don't wish the guy any ill will, Boggy, but that's the whole point of insurance. Olivia said there he can explain it better. Bebo says, do you believe in investing in the stock market? I don't. I just buy U.S. Treasury bonds because I believe in the U.S. dollar. I don't understand the investment. I wished I knew a little bit more on how to invest it, but I don't invest in it. I don't like to gamble like that. And I've never bought a treasury bond either. I have no idea what they do or don't do. Ron said, "Yeah, I'd be that guy from that scene." Daryl said, "Boggy." Hazel said, "Jane, I just put a pic on the community cage of Springfield. I'll check it out in a minute, Hazel. Thank you." Daryl says, "Gotta run, peace. See you, Daryl." Boggy said, "Insurance is a fucking scam, so I'm dealing with it." Boggy says, "Yo, Mac." Ryan says, "I mean, you do hope your friend is okay. I don't want anyone to be hurt. Mistakes happen. Doesn't mean he deserves what happens." Jane said, "Hazel, I in Ohio, north of Dayton. Hope it blows out by the time it gets here." Rumpel said, "Who got hurt?" I think Boggy and one of Boggy's friends or something wrecked and messed up some of their cars or something like that. I really don't know the full detail. I come in after they had already started talking about it. Boggy said, "Yeah, he didn't. It was a panic that made it worse. I do understand that. Anyway, prayers for the guy. Yes, we hope he's okay." Maria said, "Ryan, I understand what your pig means." Jane said, "Hazel, I've got Ryan Hall on TV." Bobby said he'd been paying me out of pocket if I didn't pressure his insurance. Rumble said, "Wouldn't that get a copyright strike? The song, I mean." No, it's something we made off AI and we paid for it. Ryan said, "Well, I'm sorry it happened, brother." Lotus said, "Good night, all." Good night, everyone. Rumble said, "Oh, nice, pretty cool." In the next video. Ryan said, "Have a good night, Randy." You too, Ryan. Rumble said, "Lotus laters." TC. Jane said, "Take care, all." Y'all have a good day, good night whenever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. Thank you.